everyone. I am Pham Quang Vinh. I'm the founders of Sam Vietnam, a creative agency that specializes in cultural branding. We are now working with various museums in Ho Chi Minh City to renovate their marketing strategy as well as the communication activities. You may know some of them. Bảo tàng lịch sử thành phố Hồ Chí Minh, the History Museum in Ho Chi Minh City, Bảo tàng chứng tích chiến tranh, the War Remnants Museums. And we are now working with them, renovating their marketing strategy, renovating their brand to make museum closer to every youngsters, not only in Ho Chi Minh City, but also in the entire Vietnam and around the globe. So I know you are a bit tired. We have been going through a long day. So maybe start with a small game. So I will show you some photo on the screen and let's speak out loud what it is. All right. So what it is? Yes, it's a trống đầu. It's a bronze drum. And what is it? Yes, it's a trống nước. It's a bowl. It's a bucket. It's a basin. And this still bronze drum. This still bronze drum. This still trống nước. How about these? And what is this? Is it a bronze drum or is it a basin, a trống nước? It is a trống đầu, a bronze drum basin. It's a special example of our ancestor fighting spirit during 1,000 years of the Han occupation. So during their occupation, they banned the use of bronze drum. They want to homogenize the Vietnamese people with the Han people. And we have created this. So it looks exactly like a normal houseware, a normal basins, but it's actually a spiritual instrument for our traditional festivals and rituals. The inner of this basins look exactly like the same of any other Han basins, but the outer, as you can see, it had patterns of the bronze drum. It has blackbird, chim lạc, flying around the central star, hidden away. So this is one of the earliest efforts of our ancestors to preserve our heritage, to preserve our identity. But have you ever heard of this? Have you ever heard of the fighting stories? Are we missing out on a part of our own identity? Heritage is a hard-earned power. It's a capital, one of our capital to enter this world. So, would we lose out on one that has been developed for thousands of years? One that our fathers have sacrificed their life to protect and preserve? We don't think so. And here today, we will share with you some of our experience in getting back our power, our heritage, our values. And we start like every other child on earth. We start with curiosity, the curiosity to explore and understand. Because you know what? History is as vast as space. We know very little about our histories. So it is advised to start by asking questions about what our heritage really was. But not just that. The more important questions is asking why it was what it was. Why lag bird? What kind of bird could it be? Why it's called lag, but not another name? Do we really know the existence, the formation, the originality of lag bird on our bronze drum? Asking why is the first step toward preserving our heritage. It is by simply asking questions we have managed to breathe new life into the History Museum in Ho Chi Minh City, with thousands of discovery for you to explore, for you to uncover a Vietnam that you have never known. Because you know what? We are falling short of quality content. We are full of trash content, if I have to say. And a genuinely interesting discovery, I believe, is enough to inspire everyone. The story about a unique hairstyle of the dragons, a story about a fight of our ancestors, a story about a unique spiritual animal of Vietnam. So these are nothing new to us, I think, but it's actually very new because I've never understand it very deeply and carefully. So it's just stories, stories of real understanding, deep understanding that help us to attract Gen Z. We don't need to use slang. Don't use Gen Z slang. Just trigger them with real cool information, findings, and discoveries. Shatter their assumption about our heritage. For example, like, do you know that Vietnam has horses with wings? Like unicorns in the Western culture. And our dragons has a special hairstyle, fiery hairstyle. Do you want to try on one? You can contact me after this conference to try on one. So, my friend, asking questions is the first step towards preserving and spreading the beauty of our heritage. And after we have that kind of really deep understanding, what should we do next? We start with a will to develop. Why develop? We don't want to start with a will to copy, and we don't want to start with a will to change either. Copy, imitations is really simple, but it will stick us forever in the past. Meanwhile, changing is more thrilling, exciting. We always to change things, change how things run, but changing it totally can mean destruction. So I advise you to try develop it, which means to respect what it was, to respect the beauty, to learn about the beauty of it and apply it to modern contexts. And this is how we have, oh, sorry, forgot the script. Still the past like an artist. That's how we can also say. And this is how we have created these stunning dragon collections for the museum just from three flowery dragons of the Ming dynasty when they draw dragons from flowers to symbolize luck on 10th holiday. And from these inspiration, we have added on today's context, modern day flowers, popular flowers of today, and created 12 amazing posters, attracted thousands of Gen Zs to follow it. And you know what? These posters have been featured on the most prestigious advertising magazine on the world. So our heritage has come to the global stage and inspired everyone. My friend, develop. That is the secret recipe here. Start with understanding, asking why, knowing it deeply, and then respecting it. Respect the beauty of what it was and make it relevant with today's context. I do believe that in our journey to preserve, to create it with heritage, we oftentimes forgot to respect what it was. And I do believe that it's not to think different. It's not about changing things. It's about respecting things. That should be the first step in our journey to make it better, to make it more relevant, to make it more connected with today's generation. So it's as simple as that. I believe as simple as reading books, learning things, exploring things, and then try to connect it with today's context. So my friend, the start it's so simple. Start right now. Start today. Start it small. How small? As small as your family. Because you know what? Every family is a piece of culture. As we always say, get in văn that's the word. And every family holds a heritage of its own. Your grandparents are museum with stories that are about to fade away. So when you sit down, listen to them, asking them of their memories, their photos, their past, and make a vlog, write about them, sharing story about them to preserve the beauty within your home. Start as small as your family. And this is how we have done to create the 50 years reunification celebration campaign for the War Remnants Museum from the inspiration of my grandpa letter to my grandma. Tạc Thủy Lan yêu quý, anh của em, xuân 71. In 1971, the North was bombed terribly. This is one of the most intense times in the war. And my grandpa was on the battlefield, but he was not afraid. All Vietnamese soldiers have never been afraid because they have a heart of unwavering love for their families, their comrades, their nations. And it is this love that has inspired us to create a campaign for the War Remnants Museum. Because we believe that love will prevail over war. Love will always win. Love means victory. And our nation have won the war with love. Vì yêu thương là chiến thắng. Bombs can be threatening. Fire can be destructive. But we will never stand down because we have a hope for peace, for love, for unity around the world. Love, my friends. From the inspiration of my grandpa comes this campaign for the entire museum. Love. This journey is never easy. Who would think that a group of 25-year-old youngsters can work with the government, work with museums, convince people like Miss Pham to change with us, to do new things, to appreciate the voice of the younger generations. But we have made it throughout 2 years since 2022, and we still consistently, patiently on our journey to preserve and spread the beauty of Vietnamese heritage, of Vietnamese core values. And I do think that all of us here today shall be and will always be the first to start. So, should you start with me on this journey? Thank you, everyone.